Hi there, I'm Michael Darren, the Education and Engagement Coordinator for Japan House. As we look at the year in review, it has been so exciting. Way back in March, when we had our first meeting to decide what we would be doing during this whole pandemic, we decided that we wanted to share a lot of different aspects of Japan House that we were really never able to share with the public. We created a series called Japan House Shares. Since that time, in March, we have produced 14 different shares, and boy have we learned a lot. You, our supporters and our fans, have watched over 45,000 minutes of these videos. That is over 762 hours. We couldn't be happier. The 14 videos that we produced could not have been done without the special help and support of so many different people. The first people that I would like to thank is everybody here at Japan House. The Japan House staff has stepped in, stepped up, and made themselves available to be actors, to write scripts, and to produce these wonderful Japan House shares. So I'd really like to thank Jennifer Gunji Balsrud, our director, Lisa Akins, Diana Lau, Lindsay Styrek, and Jeffrey Elam, all of which went out of their way to help me produce these videos for you. The 14 videos that we produced actually featured quite a few visiting artists. A very special thank you to Professor Emeritus Kimiko Gunji, origami artist Mark Hurstbrunner, meshu maker and original Japan House founder Professor Emeritus Shozo Sato, former intern Melissa Sang for her narration, artist Miu Zhang, Chef Suzuko Enomoto for sharing her wonderful culinary skills, Michael Barna, David Munganas for letting us into their life, Chef Ito at the Tokuyama restaurant in Japan, Linda Mosley, ceramicist, and to our two little special guest performers, Mika and TJ Ronaldo. So for now, please take a look at this wonderful collection of all the things that we have learned over the past year.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm very excited to introduce to you a new series by Japan House called Japan House Shares. The first of this series will focus on the art of omusubi. And then the second thing that you're going to do is you're going to take some salt and sprinkle it in your hands and then kind of rub your hands together so that the salt is evenly spread in your hand. You'll take the shamoji and you'll take about a scoopful of rice like this and place it in your hands. Be careful, the rice is hot after it's freshly cooked, so you don't want to burn your hands. And then you're ready to go and to eat your rice ball. I hope you enjoyed the first of our series of Japan House Shares and the art of omusubi. I highly recommend trying to make some omusubi, especially during this time, so that you are always prepared with a really delicious snack, or you can have it for breakfast or lunch, or give it away as little treats for friends.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Japan House Shares. My name is Diana, and I am the Japan House Education Associate.
To begin, matcha is just powdered green tea. In tea ceremony, it is prepared using hot water and a chasen or bamboo whisk. Matcha should actually be kept in the freezer. It is because matcha is purely powdered green tea leaves and there are no preservatives or coloring added. While the water is boiling, you want to get your bowl and put the sifter over it. Finally, use the measuring cup to measure approximately 1/4 cup of hot water.
Hello, my name is Michael Darren. I'm the Education and Engagement Coordinator for Japan House at the University of Illinois. I'm very excited today to be outside in the Japan House garden on a beautiful sunny day as I introduce the next in our Japan House Shares series. Thank you so much and enjoy the program.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kimiko Gunji, Today I am going to introduce summer wagashi. First you have 100 grams of water in the pan, and I am going to put 2 teaspoons of agar-agar. Agar-agar is easy to purchase through online, and I have this particular brand I use. And meanwhile, this has to be cooled off. So I am going to pour into this measure cup, so that way cool off much sooner, quicker. And then I'm going to put into cold temperature. Start pouring in here. And I have here strawberry to decorate. So nice strawberry while it's still so soft, so you can implant here. Now I have made 3 different summer sweet with agar-agar, and they are all in refrigerator. In 3 minutes it's all formed. So these are 3 summer sweet with agar-agar. I hope you can enjoy making one and enjoy eating one too.
In today's Japan House Shares, we're going to make dorayaki from Gunji Sensei's Wagashi cookbook. Let's get started. There are 2 different types of anko. Tsubu-an, which is chunky, and koshi-an, which is a smooth, sweetened red bean paste. They both taste similar, it's just a different texture. Today I will be using koshi-an, which is a favorite in my house. Put the first one down with the pretty side to the bottom. And then I'm going to take the first ball of koshi-an and put it right there in the middle. And then put the lid on top. And then kind of smash it down a little so it's shaped like a, kind of like a saucer. Flying saucer. And then wrap it up, and there, it's finished. Thank you for watching this demonstration, and I hope you enjoy your sweets.
On today's Japan House Shares, we will be focusing on the art of origami. Simply put, origami is the art of folding paper. I've always been amazed at how something like this colorful piece of paper can be turned into true pieces of art. We will be talking with local artist Mark Hurstbrunner, who will be showcasing some very advanced designs.
Hi, my name is Mark Hurstbrunner. I'm a graduate student at the University of Illinois and an amateur origami artist.
I suspect almost everyone has folded an origami crane at least once in their life, and that meant following instructions like these. Each step uses symbols to communicate exactly which folds to make and in what specific sequence to go from a square of paper to the completed model. No one can just sit down and come up with a series of steps to make a beetle out of a square of paper. It's too complicated. Instead, origami designers work backwards. Imagine unfolding this beetle back to a square of paper. What's left behind is a complicated set of creases called a crease pattern.
My name is Shozo Sato. I'm the founder of Original Japan House at 1975. Since then, I've been trying to introduce Japanese culture as a part of Asian culture.
Ume. What does it mean? The generally accepted translation for ume is plum, but this might not be the best translation. What is typically called the Japanese plum, or ume, has a scientific name of Prunus mume, which belongs to the subsection group Armanaica. What does this mean? Ume is not a plum. It is an apricot. During the Edo period, the ume became very popular. Ume trees were planted at each farm, but because harvested ume cannot be eaten right away, many people made umeboshi, or umeshu, which is a Japanese beverage made from sugar, ume, and alcohol.
I have chosen this nicely wrapped apricot, and then this container have this kind of inner line for airtightness. You put lid on, and if you don't have even this, I recommend put tape, shipping tape, something strong to become totally airtight. I hope your project will be successful, and looking forward to hear how wonderful taste it is. And now I think I will ask.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Kimiko Gunji's playroom, Ikebana playroom. And I'd like you to join in me with flowers today, this afternoon. There are lots of different varieties has been evolved, and one of which is using small containers. As you can see, I have collected quite a few small containers. So looking around, and then maybe I will say, this is actually a part of my idea, but I think it's pretty neat. Some fresh one, old one, so I just put it in here. So this is one arrangement with my toothpick. Flower doesn't really say anything in this difficult time, still blooming and making us so happy and smiling toward us and encouraging us, and get so much of energy and precious ephemeral yet such life force. So I hope you can get enjoyment as well as life force from flowers, and have a great day. Thank you so much for your attention. Appreciate it. ありがとうございました。
Narrated by 2019 Japan House intern Melissa Xiang.
Today I'm going to talk to you about two particular Japanese clothings. Kimono, which the characters translate to thing to wear, is the national dress of Japan and is always worn with an obi, sash, and other traditional accessories. The yukata, which translates to bath undergarment, is a type of kimono. It is usually made of cotton and is unlined. It's also often worn in casual situations over the summer or at hot springs or ryokan, Japanese inns.
Mochi is a Japanese rice cake made from a short grain glutinous rice called mochi gome. Traditionally, the glutinous rice is polished and soaked overnight and then steamed. What is the meaning of dango? Dango is similar to mochi but has characteristic differences. In culinary terms, dango means dumpling, and mochi describes the method that is used to make them.
The first step to making an mochi is drying out the bean paste. So we're going to use the koshi an that's here. And I'm going to show you how I dry it out a little bit. Now we're going to make the mochi portion of the an mochi. We're going to take 100 grams of sugar, granulated sugar, 50 grams of mochiko rice flour, a pinch of salt, and 100 milliliters of water.
Welcome to the Japan House Shares series. This time, let's talk about Japanese art. The multifaceted Japanese art is not only about the refined, exquisite aesthetic, but also straightforwardness and mindfulness with humor and wit, such as the simple and playful images that are called soboku-e, meaning ingenuous drawings and paintings. Before we start, allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Miyu. I was an intern at Japan House when I was doing my Bachelor of Fine Arts degree at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I did my BFA degree in studio art and art history. As you can see, I work with various styles of art from oil on panel, acrylic on canvas, to watercolor and digital illustrations, as well as performances from time to time. In the toad painting you see on the right, the scripture by Sengai says, "If Zazen, the seated meditation, can help people become a Buddha and achieve enlightenment." The sentence didn't finish itself, but from the seated toad, we must surmise the second part to be that, how come a long-seated toad is not reaching enlightenment then? In this way, Sengai is humorously pointing out that only the superficial practice of Zen meditation is not enough. Instead, the genuine mindfulness in one's practice is more important. It's a drawing of my own character Miu Miu, an imaginary creature that is always carefree and lives in the moment. Art is the visual language for expression and communication. If a simple, genuinely made drawing can bring a smile to a person's face and remind them of a specific moment and time, what matters if the lines are simple and the shapes are crude? Especially during this strange time of COVID, when in-person communications become more difficult than online communications,
How about sending a message card to your friends online with your honest drawings to express your thoughts and ideas?
What is bento? In the simplest terms, bento is a single-serving, pre-assembled meal that is transported by the eater and ready to be eaten. Bento is similar to an American lunchbox, only with so much more personality. Historically, bento contains rice or noodles as the foundational starch, supplemented with a protein or two like fish, eggs, or meat. It is the absolute joy for children to open their bento at lunch, revealing its contents first for the eyes and then the taste buds. Showing off and sharing your bento is especially fun for kids. Gyaraben, or character bento, are undeniably cute. Oekaki-ben is the next most familiar style. These are picture bento. Buildings, monuments, flowers, and other landscapes inspire the meal presentation. Variety is key for a great bento. Amounts in terms of the carb, protein, vegetable, pickled vegetable, or fruit mix should appear in a 4-3-2-1 ratio. Now let's follow along with Chef Suzuko Enomoto as she prepares a simple bento filled with some of the most traditional items. I am super excited to introduce you to our next Japan House Shares. I had the great pleasure of visiting this restaurant in the Roppongi area of Tokyo, and I was welcomed there by Chef Suzuko Enomoto. She said that it was her favorite restaurant. She's very good friends with the head chef, Ito-san, and he is just a magician, if you will, with fish and foods in such a tiny little space. And the culinary level of expression is truly spectacular. And right now, our very, very good friends, Michael Barna and David Magnus, are living in Japan, and they have also frequented this restaurant with Enomoto-san. And they had the great honor and pleasure of witnessing how they prepare everything in this tiny little kitchen. So please enjoy this Japan House Shares, and I send out my deepest gratitude to David and Michael for doing this and for sharing their time and for enjoying food that I can't enjoy with them. So thank you.
For today's menu,
we're here today at Suzuku's favorite restaurant, Tokuyama, and it is out in Roppongi Hills, here in the Tokyo area. And we have a fabulous opportunity today to go inside and look and watch the prep work that is going on for tonight's dinner.
okay.
So if you'd like to join us downstairs,
Yes.
we will show you this amazing restaurant. The restaurant serves about 15, 17 people or so. And tonight, among one of the many dishes, we are seeing hama. And hama is a very delicate summer fish.
How do you like? Are you?
It's very good.
Very good.
Yes.
Good.
Very good. And the sauce is very, or the dipping is very,
Chawan with ceramicist Linda Mosley.
Back in 1968, I was a major in ceramics at the University of Illinois. I was in the library looking for inspiration for some project, and I came across Japanese pottery. I admired the way the nature of the clay and firing is expressed in both functional and sculptural forms. This led me to enroll in Shozo Sato's Introduction to Japanese Arts to find out more about this aesthetic. In the class, Professor Sato demonstrated that in the act of making tea, there's a thoughtfully choreographed series of movements in space that could have a profound aesthetic and meditative effect on the participants. I went on and finished my Master of Fine Arts in Ceramics in 1975, and I've been teaching ceramics since then. In my own hands, I hold a bowl of tea. I see all of nature represented in its green color. Closing my eyes, I find green mountains and pure water within my own heart. Silently, sitting alone, drinking tea, I feel these become part of me. Sharing this bowl of tea with others, they too become one with it and nature. That we can find a lasting tranquility in our own selves, in the company of others, is the paradox that is the way of tea.
And last, I'd like to thank you, our supporters of Japan House. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. So I encourage you to stay tuned for our 2021 series of Japan House Shares, where we will be offering the same, but even better, videos for you to enjoy. Arigato gozaimasu, and Happy New Year.